Hi, I'm Stephen Garvey, founder, leader of National Citizens Alliance of Canada, NCA. Hope you're having a good day and thank you for joining me. This is just a quick message on becoming an NCA candidate, what that means, what it entails, why it's important, why we need Canadian patriots, Canadian nationalists to step up now. We all know it's urgent. The country's at crossroads. We're heading down this globalist path. We see our country getting transformed right before our eyes every single day. NCA just uncovered that this year alone, there are over 950,000 migrants due to enter this country. While the mainstream media, mainstream parties cover up this fact. This mass migration is behind the transformation of Canada. It's all wrong. National Citizens Alliance is offering Canadians a true populist, true nationalist alternative that's focused on empowering Canadians and promoting and enhancing traditional Canada, protecting our sovereignty, standing up for our traditional values, our heritage, our identity, very limited migration into the country, welcoming those who do enter our country, ending the nonsense of all these handouts, getting our taxation under control, helping Canadians in need, in true need, putting Canadians first. That's what it's all about. There's a lot of political correctness in our society. The federal government and other governments in the country are funding groups to smear and attack anyone who's challenging the status quo. We need to rise above these attacks. Don't be intimidated. And I remind everyone, remember our veterans. They served our country. They died for our country. They died for our rights and freedoms in 2 world wars plus. What we're asking is very little compared to what our veterans, our courageous veterans, sacrificed for this country. Remember that. We're not asking a lot. We believe we all have a duty to honor our veterans and the freedoms and civil rights that they protected for this country. We all need to step up and do our duty. We need literally to stand on guard and put that in action. That's all we're asking. We have a beautiful policies, beautiful platform for this country. And here's the platform here on lower less taxation for Canadian people and businesses, immediate end to carbon taxation and any other levy on human-caused carbon emissions, a moratorium on immigration, followed by 50,000 or less in total per year. Updates through amendments and additions to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms to shape, clarify, define the Charter in the best interest of the Canadian people. End all voluntary payments to the UN. Withdraw Canada from UN Agenda 21, UN Agenda 2030, the UN Migration Pact. Reduce foreign aid outflow by 75%. Hold a national binding referendum on complete withdrawal from the UN. Implement justice reform, including access to justice and new legislation to protect and empower paralegals, clerks, and the support and hold those who work within the justice system accountable, truly accountable. Efficient, effective regulations that hold polluters accountable in terms of fines and or suspension and prohibition from polluting activity. End the corporate globalist misinformation through empowering the Canadian people through a number of beautiful measures, such as citizen-initiated referendums, citizen-initiated legislation, recall of any MP, and allow the Canadian people to hold a non-confidence vote, no confidence vote on any sitting government within 1 year of forming government. Efficient, effective government through cutting the bloated federal bureaucracy by 50% over a 4-year period. And probably most importantly, restore the 1934 Bank of Canada Act along with the 1938 Amendment and our own amendments, and thereby reinstitute the true Bank of Canada and end the usury, inflation, and control of Canadians' wealth by central banks. None of those parties touch what NCA is doing. Not a single party out there. And our power comes from grassroots, no strings attached. What a beautiful platform to run on for this country. If you go on to our main website, there's a section on the main menu, Become a Candidate. And then there's a letter here from Adrian Bordage, NCA executive member. He's in charge of candidate outreach. And he talks a bit about it here. And then there's a form here. There are 2 avenues to become an NCA candidate. A regular candidate, which means that you'll be campaigning and participating in the riding debates. The alternative is a paper candidate. The regular candidate commitment is 36 days once the writ is dropped. The paper candidate commitment is 2 to 3 days just to get the NCA name and your own name on the ballot. There's no cost involved. Our message is very simple. Let's get the true populist nationalist party NCA on the ballot coast to coast. To get our name further out there and to allow our supporters from coast to coast to vote for us in this upcoming election. Now's your opportunity to stand up for yourself, your family, NCA, the country we love. This is a unique opportunity. NCA is organic to Canada. It's true populist, true nationalist, no strings attached. Thank you very much. Please sign up today. Please contact Adrian Bordage. His number is on the website. His email's there. He'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you very much.